Hey there, and thanks for coming to see what I have on my desk today. I had promised a while back when I showed my Shabby Chic journal this little envelope that I had made. It's got a die cut on the top of it in gold. The envelope is a yellow vellum with a little bit of a leaf design, and this was the back. And then inside, I had made a acetate window where you could see flowers, and you could also access the envelope. Well, that's not stiff enough, but you could also go into the envelope and put a card, a letter, anything like that. So I had said I would do a demo, and I'm going to attempt to do that right now. The last time my envelope, it gave me a headache. I could not figure out how to do it, and I even had a board with measurements and that kind of thing. So this time I said, well, I'm just going to take the actual die cut and I'm going to put it onto a piece of vellum. I don't know if you can see the vellum very good. It's one of those translucent ones. Anyhow, so then I went and just measured around it, gave it a little bit of space, and then I made sure everything was pointing in the right direction, and then I creased it. Also, once you crease it, you can see where you need to trim. Ooh, that's not focusing. But you need to see where you can trim your pieces. I'm waiting for my camera to... Oh, there we go. So you can see where you can just round the edge there a little bit and cut into the corner. And you do that for all 4 of your little crossovers. Then you'll take and you'll fold this and just do it with your fingers. I don't see my little bone folder. Oh, these are on the bed. He must have needed to take a rest. Okay, so I even put a pencil mark on here so you can see it, because I'll tell you that last one, and my crease there is a little off. I think I can take and judge where to make that. See how that did. That's a little better, but still crooked. Let's try it again. I made sure all my sides were at about the right angles, but I did not check this one. Okay, that's close enough. Now let's continue our folds. I'm going to fold up this side, get out of the way, fold up this side. And if you've got one of those envelope boards, you go right ahead and use that thing, but good luck. I even did a little bit off there. I'll tell you what, maybe I should have used the envelope board. Let's try that. There we go. Oh, I try to prep ahead of time, and it doesn't look like it helped me very greatly. One more and we're going to have it. You do have to adjust sometimes. When you're doing an envelope, it's hard to do one and get it just right, even using equipment. Get this rest of that vellum out of the way. I also have this little tape. It's the 2-sided tape, and it is maybe the 1/8 size. What I'm going to do next is show you this. This is my flowers. They were my birthday flowers from my husband, and these little paper flowers were the only things that were still alive. Well, sort of. They're here for eternity. Anyhow, I took and I just dabbed the back side of the flower part with glue. And then I laid them on my acetate. And then I laid a piece of heavy stuff onto it, like a rock. And then I had a non-stick kind of a page that came off of the sticky I used over here. Well, what happens here is you make sure you cut your acetate just a little smaller, because I learned with the last one you couldn't get anything in there very well, so if you give it a little give room, that will help. Then we're going to take our two-sided tape and go around the outside, and I don't even think you have to do the bottom. You may only have to do the top. I think I'm going to just do the top, because otherwise I don't think it's going to really matter. Then you'll take that off. There we go. And we're going to put that inner envelope before we put the envelope shut. Right up near the top. There we go. And that'll eventually dry. I'll leave it open after I get done where that'll dry inside, because it's got a little bit of a room there. The next thing we're going to do is our envelope flap at the bottom, and take that shut. Ouch, sticking to me. That's some good stuff. And then do it here. It's supposed to rip, but it doesn't want to rip. Okay, and we're going to trim that off. I don't want that hanging off and getting sticky everywhere. All right, and let's hold that down. We're going to pull that off. I need to go get my needle I usually use. Okay. Sometimes they like to fight you. All right. Here we go. We're going to do the two flaps in. Might have to re-squish them and crease them to go around that. Then we're going to go up with that, and it just catches it. There we go. And then your top will come over. I did a poor envelope. Look, and I trimmed so much. He's got parts of these undersides showing. Anyhow, you got the idea. Now, the part here is I went and cut one of these out. Here is the design, the die. It is a leaf pattern die set from Spellbinders. And you take and you'll cut out your pattern first off of your gold, and then you take that outside and then cut again to make your frame. So this one over here was the one I was going to use, and you can see it's got like craft cardstock on the back. I would be sitting here sticking glue on there forever like I did for the last one. So I decided to do something else. Well, I didn't want my negative to go to waste. So I stuck it on the back of this before I had taken it out of the die. I dabbed glue on the negative part, and it actually got on there, and it did really well. So I can use this in another journal, on the front of another vellum envelope, something like that. This one here has a sticky on the back of it. And let me tell you, you need to die cut it a couple times. It is called Stick and Hold for Crafts, and I have no idea how old this is. I found it in the basement. So let me see if I can get it started here. And it just comes I know it works because I had a couple of pieces. It was hard to get the negative out because I want to try to use the negative as well. And, whew, there we go. It's like those washi stickers. It's hard to get it off. Well, it's nice and sticky though. So, and it's a good thing that I pulled all the negative out beforehand because it took a long time. But it gave my little flowers a chance to be squished really good under my rock. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It keeps going. Here we go. Let me follow the leaf down. There we are. Now, whoops, don't stick to me. Oop. So, let's see if we can do this. If we can get it on there and centered well enough. And just shy of my end. Wow. Okay. There we go. So now, the before and the after. So it's about the same. So I'm happy with that. I'm just going to fix this, the flat back here. I'm going to cover it with a real pretty paper and just do an overlap. And then you won't see where I messed up here at all. There's always a fix. And when you mess up with your crafting, there's always something you can do to fix that. And since this is translucent, nobody will see that on the back side. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for all the mistakes. I'm prepared, but you never know what is going to happen. So thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.